Well, hello everybody. It's been a while, and my apologies. I have had a lot going on. Took a little break, kind of, sort of, from YouTube. Really didn't have a choice. Been so busy here lately, but thought I'd come in and make a little video tonight while I had the house to myself and didn't have a lot of distractions. So let me turn this down. I'm listening to some Artie Shaw on Big Band Swing channel 801 on DirecTV. And as I've told y'all before, Guy Witherspoon really turned me on to the big band music, and of course certainly Artie Shaw and some others. But hope everybody's having a good week. We've about got it made. Tomorrow's Friday. I got a busy weekend planned with the food trailer, and again, we had it last weekend out at the Boy Scout camp, and it was moms and me. And let me tell you, I've done the dads and lads, and the dads want to be macho man by the campfire and cook. The moms ain't about all that. They want to keep it as easy and simple as possible. And needless to say, we were busy. Had lines that started at 9:30 wanting hamburgers in the morning. We just kind of got through with breakfast and thought we had a little bit of a break, but did not. So today I made the trip to Shreveport. Miss Emily had a field trip. They had sold, she had sold enough candy in some fundraiser to get a trip. You know, they're all, every time you turn around, they wanting kids to sell something or wanting you to buy something nowadays in school. Back in my day, and even there's still some school districts that do it. You know, they'll do chicken and spaghetti, or, you know, turkey dressing dinners and sell the rolls by the dozen. PTO get in there and do it. They don't do that anymore. You know, they want you to buy something or just outright put your kids out selling. But anyway, she won a little trip to Shreveport to a place called U-Jump. It's a huge building with various trampoline type things in it, and they had a nice time. There was about 70 kids went. Her and my niece both went, and I followed the bus over and spent the day with them, had lunch, and when it was over with, we were able to check them out and went by MA's, and they rode home with us. But I hadn't been by in a while to MA's, and I went by to get some Golden Delight. I was having a taste for some one of my old favorites, Golden Delight, and I always thought this was a Virginia. How wrong I was. It's a light Cavendish. Now you tell me how I confused the two, but I did. And anyhow, I picked up a couple of ounces of the Golden Delight and started to get some Burley Light, but I said, nah, that is some fine smelling stuff, and I'm going to debate on whether to fire that up or a brand new one that he's got called Pastry. And this smells, you know, it's got that cookie or candy. She's want to sharpen her claws. Now, Pipe Pappy, if you're watching, this is a lot like that Jackson by Georgia, and look how red it is. This is something out there. Somebody in bulk got this. You look at this and tell me that's Jackson, if I've ever smelled it. It's almost like hazelnut. Well, I'll be dog. I just recognized that. I'm gonna have some Golden Delight. I love that Jackson, but now that I know what it is, I'll go ahead and get my Golden Delight going. And I'm gonna be smoking it in my little tinderbox pot with the honey colored stem. This is in my top 3 favorite pipes. I got this, it's an estate pipe. It was an eBay win. I got it in the little coral shaped. It's a billiard with a bone colored stem. These are tinderbox. And I don't know. I need some help. Is this a straight grain or a flame grain. The way it curves, and if the light's doing it justice, some of you experts out there, it curves toward the bottom, which makes me think maybe it's a flame grain. But maybe it's a straight, I don't know. So y'all help me out if you can on that. But this has always been one of my favorites. It's nothing fancy, but it's a solid pipe for us, and makes for a good smoke. But I'm gonna pack up a little of this. And no, I tell you, I've had a lot going on the last couple of months. I'll fill y'all in. Well, I've been out now over a month from YouTube, and first thing that happened to me, and I talked to Wallace this morning on the phone on the way to Shreveport, until they mercifully decided to take a bathroom break, and I'd been drinking coffee all morning and I needed it. But talked to Wallace, and I told him about it, and well, I shared with him. Well, we went beyond the char light. It's a good char light we got going. But started about, well, most of y'all, and I'm not trying to toast a cigar, I'm trying to char a pipe. Good plume of smoke. That's a good smoke. It's a light Cavendish. But as most of y'all know, I suffer from chronic back pain, disc pain, which has turned into arthritis, which has turned into Lord knows what, and it's just some days tough to make it through the day. And I started out on, you know, the typical regimen, the light meds for pain. And as you go along, you know, you start taking the strong ones and strong ones and strong ones. And when I reached the point where they had put me on the more the oxycodone type thing, I just couldn't take it. I mean, I just didn't. I'd been on it about 4 or 5 months, and it got to the point where it was like, you know, I didn't even want to leave the house. I mean, I didn't want to work I didn't want to function. I didn't feel like going to work, and there were days I'd call and say, I can't, you know, I just don't feel good. I can't come in. Just really took away quality of life. The very medicine that's supposed to keep you out of bed was putting me in the bed. And one day Emily said, you know, Dad, out of the blue, said, we don't do anything anymore. Of course, she always went boat riding, fishing with me. You know, we'd go to the park, take her to the, you know, I was constantly taking her to the show, to the movies, and it just stopped. And that did it. It clicked on me. So I went back to the doctor and told him, I said, look, we got to seek other alternatives. And he did. Very little meds now, very little. Feel much better. And he put me on one. He added one, took away some, changed the strengths, went back to some old ones, did some totally mixing up, and it was tough. Let me tell y'all, when you take this for a while and you all of a sudden change it, you got a week or two you don't feel good. It becomes another kind of don't feel good. So beware of it if you've been on it a while. It's not something you want to stop as fast as I did that. But anyhow, he put me on a new one. To me, it's new, called Lyrica. Look, if I'd have known about this 2 or 3 years ago, it is an absolute wonder drug, and it helps with certain pains. It is a scheduled drug, which means it's a class narcotic. So class Schedule 4, very low. And I don't understand why, other than it has some properties. It's not in the class of a Valium or Xanax, but it has some very calming properties to it. Works on several different ends, and if you suffer from chronic pain, ask your doctor about it, because I believe in it. I'm thankful I got it. And we were already short-handed at work, and then I had to let a girl go, which made us in dire straits. But in the last week, 10 days, 2 weeks, we began to hire people and, get things back. And I've had nights I didn't get in till 10:30. We close at 7. It takes about an hour to get out of there. But after everybody would leave, I would try to, get caught up on making soups or whatever prepping that you just didn't have time to get to. And it became wild. And my poor wife, she's been working a lot of hours, but we're about to get lined out, and I've had the food trailer last 2 weekends, and so that's kind of where I've been. That's I haven't had time to even watch a lot of videos, so I'm trying to get caught up on that. I did watch a couple last night, and I'm going to try to watch a few more tonight while this is downloading. But the weather here, we had some very fall-like weather last week. I'm telling you, last Saturday morning, got up, it was 47 degrees here, a high of 68. You could just feel fall in the air, and dadgum this week today, it was like 89. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the low 80s, and maybe Saturday about 80. So it's coming back, but we had more summertime type weather this week. But I'm ready for some fall. But dadgum, they've already got Christmas stuff out. And I went to Sam's last Friday to pick up some stuff for the food trailer. And this guy was on the end checkout aisle, one of the cashiers, right by a big Christmas display, and they were playing Christmas music. And I said, partner, by Christmas you're going to be fed up with that. And he said, man, ain't it something? It's not even Halloween yet. And it just starts earlier every year. And it just, I just will not, I refuse to get in the mood until after Thanksgiving. We usually try to put our tree up the day or two, or the weekend, not the day after Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. That weekend of Thanksgiving, right after, is when we try to put our tree up. If not, a day or two right after that. And then I start getting in the mood. And so, yeah, that's... but I got to take like I said, I got to take the trailer back to Boy Scouts. Very thankful to have it, because coming up Christmas, I'm like everybody else, I could use the extra money. And then we're going to do the river market the next weekend. It's their kids dress up Halloween things, always a big crowd. We're not going to work as many river markets this year. We're going to be a little more selective. I'm not going out there when they're reading library books and the bookmobile is there. It absolutely draws. That kind of, if it's that kind of theme, you lose money going. But if they have the Harley Davidson people out there, they do the Halloween trick-or-treat thing, Christmas oriented, if they got Uncle Si, something like that out there, it draws a crowd, and that's when you make money. But I'm not going out there like I did last year. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this bowl up and then hit me a bowl of that pastry, Golden Delight. It's a good one. And I've rambled longer. Oh, and I picked up a CAO Brasilia. This is a Brazilian wrapper. This tastes very similar to one of my favorite cigars, the Brickhouse Maduro, which also has a Brazilian wrapper. But I have truly fell in love with that little 5 Vegas. I'm using it as my everyday smoke, because I can get them online. Cigar Biz, I can do that pretty cheap. But my higher end stuff I'm getting from Governor's, smoke them occasionally at night on the weekend. Anyway, I've rambled enough. We'll try to catch y'all another night this week. But until then, thank y'all for staying with me. Until we catch you next time, y'all have a good one. Take care, and as always, God bless you.